Hi, everybody. How you doing? Happy Saturday. Weekend's here. Let's go. A lot of stuff going on today. Stuff in Madison, stuff in Coleman, stuff everywhere going on. One thing we have to do, though, is we got to get rid of that fog. This morning I talked about how beautiful it was for most locations. We had a beautiful twilight time, a gorgeous sunrise. And then there's other areas that are dealing with some dense fog, mainly Jackson County, probably right along the Cove by waterways, Scottsboro to Hollywood, back into Dutton and Pisgah, and then up towards Giles County, you see a 0 and a 1. Visibility is reduced. In fact, the Jackson County fog has gotten worse in the last hour, whereas other areas have improved. But I do think we'll all get to the same place here shortly. Once we get a little sun and we heat things up, that fog will dissipate and eventually what we call burn off. And everybody has a really nice day today. Temperatures were 50s this morning. A few 50s remain, but now more in the way of 60s. And we'll get up in the low 80s. We do it with low humidity, not much breeze. And your Saturday turns out to be pretty nice if you're into 80s and sunshine. What's really odd right now is we have a high pressure that's up in like the mid-Atlantic, New England, southern New England area, right? And it's the flow around the high pressure is clockwise, and it's kind of undercutting. It's not kind of, it is undercutting some really warm temperatures that are on the backside of the ridge. So what I'm trying to tell you is, like, it's odd, is that areas like in Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin have a chance to hit 90 degrees today and set daily high temperature records. We're not even going to come close to 90. This will be one of those weird days. Al Roker actually showed a graphic yesterday morning and was talking about it, where Minneapolis will be hotter than Vegas, Palm Springs, and most of the U.S. as we go into this weekend, which is really weird, right? You would think north, you think cooler. No. That will change next week, though. There's your high pressure. And it undercuts some of the heat and brings a little cloud cover to like Georgia, and there's some rain to our south. The little footballs I put in there, because my graphics, I don't do this like grand like football for each team. I just put footballs in and I remember where the games are. So if you're a UNA fan, you're in Abilene, Texas. That's the football in Texas, right? If you're the football on the top in Alabama, that means you're in Tuscaloosa and you're taking on Vandy. And if you're the football on the bottom of Alabama, that means you're Alabama A&M Bulldogs, wolf, 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 and you're playing at a neutral site in Mobile to take on Jackson State. Was it Ladd-Peebles Stadium, I do believe? The weather for all three games looks good, even though some showers are lurking off the coast in Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. Auburn does not have a football today. Not because I don't like Auburn. You think somebody who called me out on Facebook this morning would know that Auburn has a bye this weekend. I do believe. I'm pretty sure. They don't play again until next week. So there you go. There's your football forecast. Temperatures look good. If you're a UNA fan, that game in Abilene might be a little toasty. They could be a little hotter. They're on the west side of the ridge. So go low 80s, sunshine looking good. Tonight, partly cloudy, not as cool. When you wake up for church services or you get up Sunday morning, 50s and clear, not the case. I don't think we'll have as much fog tomorrow morning that we do this morning, but low 60s, mid 60s, not quite as chilly. And that leads to a warmer and more humid and more breezy day on Sunday, but splitting hairs, it still looks good. We could use some rain, obviously. Monday, a few showers. The rainfall actually on Monday is really backing off. But Tuesday and Wednesday have high hopes. We'll cross toes and fingers that we get some decent rain both those days. It looks like really a Tuesday night into Wednesday event. Severe weather threat low. Chance of rain's been going up, so that's a good combination to have. And however the rain plays out, the end of the week looks dry, and next weekend looks dry too. And temperatures in the 70s to near 80, which would be slightly below average for this time of year, which is fantastic. Oh, wow. Look at these comments. Vacation Valerie's on. What are you doing on? You told me you weren't going to be on. What are you doing? You found a little time for a little weather extra. Wah, cha, 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 cha. Good stuff. Thanks, Vacation Valerie, for stopping by. Brenda says, good morning, Jeff, and everyone. Have a blessed day. Brenda, you have a very blessed day as well, and I appreciate you stopping by for weather extra. I was starting to think that I came across like I was a mean person. I didn't see very many comments last weekend, so I think everyone's just enjoying the great weather, really. Dave, what's up? Good morning to you, my friend. Hope all is well. Good talking to you this morning. Yeah, I'm loving the pattern too. You mentioned that this morning. It looks really good, like, right? I mean, I always say this, I've said this many times, October has some really amazing weather, and this is my third October here now, and yeah, looks good. I mean, we could always use a little rain, of course. That's why I'm hoping that we hit that rainfall Tuesday, Wednesday. Also, a couple things too. I'll update you on the tropics really quick. No name systems at this time, but there are two areas, one in the Gulf and one near Florida, that the National Hurricane Center doesn't think will develop into name systems, but bringing plenty of rainfall to parts of Florida this weekend, where some areas on the east coast of Florida could pick up 5, 6, 7 inches of rainfall. There's a tropical wave off the coast of Africa that has moved into the ocean, open ocean in central southern Atlantic, and has a 50% chance to become a system, become tropical depression by the end of the week. If it were to be named, it would be Jerry with a J. And at this time, there are no name systems, though. Tropics heating up the last couple weeks, but no real direct impacts, except for the island of Bermuda, which seems like every hurricane is going that way towards Bermuda. But that heavy rainfall is impactful for Florida, even though it's not a name system. Tropical moisture for sure. Vacation Valerie, the hostess with the mostest, saying hi to everybody. Mima Benitez is on. Good morning to you. Ronald Warren, good morning to you. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for being here this morning. Bobby Curtis is on this morning. Good morning. And thank you for checking out Weather Extra. And you are correct, Vacation Valerie says Auburn is on a bye. Yeah, I knew. I just was kind of like, if you're a big Auburn fan and you call me out on the air this morning for not announcing when your team plays, and you don't even know your team has a bye, how much of a fan are you really? Right? But anyway, back in action next weekend. Good slate of games this weekend, too. Oklahoma, I don't know what they're doing. I follow the Sooners a bit. They had this like cream puff game against Kent State in the middle of the season, SEC season. And then you got to jump back and play an SEC team next weekend. You're like, wow. I don't get that. Kind of weird. Vacation Valley saying hi to everybody. I thought I'd be asleep, but I was just a dream. Yeah. You know, I'm telling you right now, anybody raise your hand, can't see you, but suffering from allergies more so this October than usual. I don't know, so I came in, I checked the pollen count because we make a little pollen graphic up. And it says in Alabama, it has this medium, low, medium for the next 4 days, including today, right? I woke up at like 3 o'clock this morning, and I usually wake up at 2 o'clock, and I get here by 3. I couldn't breathe. I was like, my eyes were all bloodshot. I mean, I would come to work, y'all would have thought I was doing some bad stuff, right? I'm like trying to find a way to get it so I can just get by the show at this point, right? And nothing worse than working in TV than being sniffly, sneezy, runny nose, eyes watering, and plus you want to try to have a little pep in your step when you're on air too, right? Nothing brings you down more when you're like sneezing every 5 seconds, right? You can still hear it in my voice a little bit. But I'm like scrambling. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do to get on air? Eric Burke's in Tennessee. I can't call him to just race in here and help me out. But I got myself together and I did it and I got on air. But anybody suffering from allergies, I always know that we take the pollen count graphic and a lot of times everyone's like, high, you know, it's way up off the charts and everyone's like, oh, the allergies are so bad. But sometimes it may be like a particular allergen that bothers you more than others. And I don't know if there's something in the air right now that I'm more allergic to than usual, but I know medium, low, medium. I'm calling foul on that because I haven't had allergies like this in my whole life. Like the last 2 weeks, I have been crushed, like sneezing and sniffling and sore throat, and it's been rough. So I took some medicine today. I'm ready to go to bed right now. But if you're suffering from allergies, let me know. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. I did hang out and was like talking with my dogs last night and petting them a lot last night in the patio. And maybe I didn't wash my hands enough when I went to bed, touch my face, and maybe there's something in their hair that's getting me. But whew, it was rough. It was rough last night. Rough this morning. But yeah, it can make for when you're on air and you got all that going on, it is tough to go. All right, let me see if I can pull up this. I have a drink that I'm going to take a sip of because my voice is so shot and so dry, and I can't let you see the name of it, so I had to put the graphic up full. Which is nice. Well, it would be the win-win for our forecast. Well, actually, the win-win-win hit that rain Tuesday, Wednesday. 2, not have severe. 3, enjoy the really nice weather after it and temperatures in the 70s. It's the trifecta of perfectness. We had this happen like a week ago. Last week, we had a tremendous amount of rain, the week before, actually, right along the Tennessee-Alabama state line. Didn't really have severe weather, and then the cooler temperatures came in, and it was nice. It certainly worked out well. All right. I am going to try to find my voice for tomorrow so I can talk a little bit less raspier. Hopefully my allergies won't kick in. For now, I'm going to head on out of here. I got some sunshine to soak in today. A little yard work and a little bit of indoor cleaning, actually. Everybody talks about spring cleaning. I do fall cleaning. I try to get rid of some stuff and clean out the house a little bit. That's my goal today. Whatever your plans are, I talked about this yesterday. Coleman Oktoberfest. Bonnie was telling me, I think Madison has an event going on too today. The Fiddlers are in Athens today. A lot of stuff going on. I mean, all you got to do is you just type in like North Alabama events, or you can even do Middle Tennessee events, and you can find a page on the web, and it just gives you a whole bunch of stuff that's happened. A lot of them are family orientated, where you can have a good time and enjoy outdoor activities with sunshine galore, and it looks to be really nice. So that's always a good thing. Weekends in October. And obviously, the Liz Hurley ribbon runs in 2 weeks. Don't think for a second that I need this weather to stay nice every day. Liz is awesome. And no matter what the weather is, it's a great event for a great cause, and accolades to all of what she has done with that event yearly and the hard work that she puts into it. It's truly exactly what we get into TV for, is to have an influence, right? And hopefully the weather will play out, and hopefully the weather will be as nice as it is, or it has been this week. Because we want as many people to come out to the Liz Hurley ribbon run in 2 weeks. So it should be a good time. We'll see how it goes. Brenda, allergies leave now. Yeah, that would be great, Brenda. Pray them away for sure. Whew, it's rough. Valerie says, is it ragweed? That's a problem so have here. Yeah, you know, I was allergic to ragweed as a kid in August. Every time I got to my birthday up in Connecticut, it was really bad. But ragweed does not show up on the pollen count right now. Sagebrush does, and I don't usually see sagebrush. So I'm thinking there's a connection there, Vacation Valerie. I don't know. I can go see an allergy specialist, but I'm just going to take over-the-counter stuff. I'm good. I don't really want to know what it is, actually. Did you say you're painting this morning? I had several things to go to, decide nope. I'm staying home until soccer. What time's the soccer game today? Is it tonight at like 6, 7 o'clock? Should be good weather for the game. I mean, there's like, besides these mornings where we have some fog, the weather's quiet. It's nice. Feels good. Maybe a little boring for some. Joseph, you always ask me what I'm going to eat today. I don't know yet. I don't know. I had some swordfish at home I cooked yesterday, and it's really good. I don't know how much I can taste right now. I don't know if I want to eat that because I'm going to waste it, but I got to eat it before it goes bad. So, yeah, I don't know. I really put thought into it today. I don't know. I'm hungry. We were talking, so it was really funny we were talking, Ari and I, about what makes Halloween so great in October. And I was joking around, and I brought up the candy corn thing. It's a very hot topic. You know, you either love candy corn or you hate candy corn, or whatever. You know, hate's a strong word. But I said, you know what? If I was a particular place that serves these things called, I think, like, if you take like a winter storm, right, and it produces a lot of snow and wind, it's called a what, right? And there's a particular fast food place that serves those, right? And I said, why wouldn't you do a candy corn one? You could bring it back every October. You can't compete with PSL because all the coffee joints have the PSL thing going down. But you could have your own unique B word, which is, I'm trying very hard not to advertise, but you could have a candy corn one of those. and then you could sell it for the whole month and do like an October theme. I don't know. I think it's brilliant. I would eat it. I'm a candy corn fan. I know everyone's like, candy corn, gross. I love candy corn. And if you like candy corn and you're like me, you pop them, you just keep on eating them all day. It's like potato chip. Vacation, the game is at 5 in Madison. Yes, it should be great. Weather's going to be awesome. So. All right, I'm going to bust a move. Time is 8:46. Jada is in tonight. She will have the very latest on the weekend forecast, fine-tune the rain opportunities for Tuesday, Wednesday. Shouldn't need too much adjustment right now. We'll see how it goes as we get into tomorrow, new forecast runs. I will be in tomorrow morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 5 a.m., and hopefully with more of a voice. Jada will be in Sunday night, and then the schedule is typical for the week ahead. Eric Burke by day, me mids Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday and Tuesday, and then Brad at night. So we got you covered. We'll not only keep an eye out for the rain chances for Tuesday and Wednesday, we're also going to keep another eye out on the tropics. Any, call it homegrown development in the Gulf or near Florida that can blossom quickly and become a name system fast and bring some rain to the deep south. This is that time of year for that to happen. Your hurricane season goes all the way to the end of November. Doesn't have to be something that comes off the African coast as a tropical wave. It can be what we call homegrown, and that means they can develop right before our very eyes quickly, so we keep you on top of that as well. And for now, everybody have a fantastic day. Enjoy the beautiful weather, enjoy the sunshine, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Have a good one.